Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5 best gaming motherboard. Starting at number 5. Asus ROG Maximus 12 Extreme. If you want the best, most fully featured Intel Comet Lake motherboard, then I'm afraid you're going to have to pay for it. And pay through the nose if Asus Z490 Maximus 12 Extreme is anything to go by. It is, as the name suggests, extreme, packing in a variety of luxurious and convenient extras. And it's also one of the highest performing Z490 boards we've tested. But it only really makes sense if you're buying a K-series Core i9 and genuinely intend to overclock the nuts off it. The Maximus 12 will allow you to get the highest clock speed out of your 10900K, and won't turn it into a pile of molten slag while you're at it. The MSI Z490 Godlike is actually the fastest Z490 outright at stock speeds, but I'd rather have the ROG board in my camp if I'm going down the OC route. Obviously, it's only for the very highest of high-end PC builds. However, the $750 price tag means you could actually build a respectable full gaming PC for the price of this single motherboard. Coming at number 4. Gigabyte Z590 Aorus Tachyon. Overclocking-focused motherboards have made a proper comeback. All the major manufacturers have Z590 boards specifically designed for serious overclocking. The dual memory slot design, all those buttons and switches, a monstrous VRM, and a unique layout are all aimed at making life easier for overclockers. Then there's a comprehensive BIOS with extensive tweaking options. It's clear that this isn't a regular board with a fancy sticker slapped on it. The idea behind having only 2 memory slots instead of 4 is to minimize trace complexity and bring the slots closer to the CPU. This helps reduce latency and allows for a little more performance headroom compared to a 4-slot design. At number 3. Asus TUF Gaming Z590 Plus Wi-Fi. This is a gaming motherboard positioned as an entry-level option for anyone looking to run Rocket Lake. Asus has always positioned its TUF products as reliable options, with decent pricing and a more basic feature set. Combined, it means this is a good affordable option for someone after a no-fuss, solid, and reliable system. And given the pricing of many Z590 motherboards, that makes for a welcome change. The TUF Z590 Plus features a subtle design with a particularly nice white font. You get a couple of little splashes of RGB around the right side too. It's a nice look. There are 3 M.2 slots, with the topmost one supporting PCIe 4.0. The 2 at the bottom are contained under a single heatsink. Also, note the vertical SATA ports that sticklers for cable management might find objectionable. Number 2 of my list. ASRock Z690 Taichi. When ASRock first launched its Taichi brand, we were impressed with its less is more design approach. It offered a good feature set and value for money without the excessive RGB overload that was common to gaming boards a few years ago. The brand has now evolved into a genuinely high-end one. The yet-to-be-seen Aqua is the company's top model, but with its expected limited edition nature and likely stratospheric price, the Taichi will essentially be ASRock's premium Z690 motherboard. And that's not a bad place to be. The look of the board is definitely unique, and though looks are in the eye of the beholder, for me the Taichi's cyberpunk theme, with its copper coloring, looks great. You get a good splash of RGB, and there are cogs above the I/O that actually move. It looks expensive. If you use Razer products, there's a Razer-themed Z690 Taichi for easy integration into the Chroma ecosystem, too. Notably, the Taichi did well at gaming tests, often leading the pack. Though 1 frame per second here or there isn't significant, it's better to lead than trail. The board was happy to run DDR5-6400 memory, something not all Z690s could do with our pre-release testing. And number 1. Gigabyte Z690 Aorus Pro. It was almost inevitable that the top-end chipset for Intel's next-gen Alder Lake CPUs would end up being super expensive. That is compounded by the premium attached to anything which mentions DDR5. But Gigabyte Z690 Aorus Pro is almost bucking that trend by offering a rounded feature set along with DDR5 support. Sure, in the last CPU generation $300 plus was seen as high-end, but for the 12th gen platform that's positively mid-range. There are cheaper DDR4 boards around. Gigabyte also makes an Aorus Pro in DDR4 flavor, too, though that's not sold in the US or EU. But if you want to get the absolute most out of the new Intel platform, you want DDR5. Well, when you can actually buy some anyway. Gigabyte has been smart about the way it's spec'd out the Aorus Pro. By limiting it to just a Wi-Fi 6 wireless and 2.5G Intel wired networking connections, and eschewing such unnecessary luxuries as Thunderbolt 4 or another M.2 slot, it has managed to keep the price at least relatively sensible. Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.